Everyone. Hello. Okay, so we're going to have a comment reading. Now, this is a special comment reading because the majority of these comments are from one person. But before I get to that, not my last video, but the one before was about Chestney Chiller One's whole thing of the believers freaking out on Drake Bell or whatever. And I made a half-assed response video. And I thought it was okay. But apparently, she didn't think so. So, all these comments, except for one, my bad, except for one, are from her. Now, this is from 2 days ago, so let's take a look at this. It's not the believers, comma. It's Justin. He's not addressing it, and it makes it look like he promotes online bullying by not telling his fans to shut the fuck up. He shouldn't have to. That's the whole point of the video. He doesn't control his fans. It angers me. Well, I could tell it pissed you off. That's what, more so than I think anyone else that I've seen. I've been a fan of Drake for a long time, comma. The believers can do and say what they want, comma. What I want is for Justin to say something, but he won't because he's a jerk, comma. Before I finish this run-on sentence, Bieber isn't a jerk for not addressing little kids that are just freaking out. How, honestly, was he going to make a public statement on Today's Show saying, I want all my fans to stop sending Drake Bell death threats? Honestly, it's unpractical. It's not like when we'll use That So Jack as an example. It's not like when That So Jack sicked his fans on him. Bieber doesn't have control of them. There are too many fans, and it's like, at least he's supposed to. But anyway, back to the run-on sentence. I've watched him grow since the beginning of his career, comma. I know more than enough about him, comma. It just makes me angry. Okay, but it doesn't stop there. You know, that's a fine comment. But Chestney had to really outdo herself. Next comment by her. By the way, but she doesn't spell it by the way, but we won't get to that pet peeve of mine. You said you didn't know why either of them were famous. Actually, you didn't recognize the sarcasm in my voice. I don't find either of them that talented. I found, the Drake and Josh show or whatever it was on Nickelodeon to be one of the stupidest things I had ever seen. It was like the equivalent of Hannah Montana on Disney Channel because they had to get like ratings and shit, I guess. I don't know. I don't remember it, to be honest. I remember like the end of it, and I remember the Naked Brothers band. That's all I remember from Nickelodeon. But we'll get to that. Then she goes into detail about how. But I'm gonna. Oh, here we go. We got. Nose add to this run-on sentence. Justin got found by Usher because he, comma, was at the time, comma, a talented singer, comma, and Drake is famous because he was a musician, comma, and actor, and was a child star on Nickelodeon for like 9 years. I don't remember the Drake and Josh show being on that long. I think it was more like 5. But we're getting technical. Just please, these run-on sentences are killing me here. Just to answer the question, LOL, by the way, love the Juggalo reference, but these believers could end up like them. Kind of like, you never know. Well, if believers were getting rounded up and thrown in prison for, gang violence, it'd be the day. Yeah. But Chestney goes on for yet another comment. Now, I know a lot of you people who don't like me don't like my style of reading, but if it's not grammatically completely correct, I stumble. So Chestney continues with, and yes, he can control them. Not really, but she's going to go on and explain why. Like I said, I know a lot about his relationship with the fans. If he says or does something, so do they. No, not really. That is why. That's why I wish he'd tell them to stop. They would. They would if he said so. I guarantee it. Sorry, that last part. Couldn't read it. Next. And then we continue with yet another comment by Chestney. And because she had a capitalized answer, she forgot the last one. And I care because I'm aware of these things and I keep up with Twitter. And these things and it's sick. It doesn't make sense. But we won't get the grammar Nazi out of me. His fans are twisted in the head, and Drake probably doesn't care, but he's embarrassed for Justin because his fans' reactions they gave Drake. Okay. Who cares? Who cares? We're getting back to the whole thing of my last video I made responding to this. Who cares? Honestly, you're making a big deal out of fangirls. We'll take an example. We're not going to take an example of me. We're going to take an example of the Archfiend. The Archfiend made a video about the AVGN fanboys, and the AVGN fanboys spent, well, in case you don't know who the AVGN is, he's the angry video game nerd. And he made a Archfiend made a video after, like, I made a video, and everyone started making videos about his money whoring, and the fanboys couldn't take it, so they were commenting death threats. I mean, you think that Justin Bieber's fans are the only ones that do this? I mean, it's on a larger scale than the angry video game nerd. Don't get me wrong, Justin Bieber's more famous than a guy who reviews Nintendo games on YouTube and Spike TV, .com, but it's the same concept. It's no different than that. It's no different than any fanboy comment on this website or fangirl comments. Yeah. You want a better example? Any of those horrible YouTube singers like That's So Jack, Teenage Love Crime, Alex on Your Face X3, their fans are the same. They're the same age. They do the same stuff. But now I'm done with that little rant there. Let's continue with Chestney's last comment. But I guess I'm glad you watched my video, LOL. Okay. Okay. You're welcome. And this is another video response to that video. For all you people who hadn't seen the first one, I'll put a link in the description. I'll watch that before this video. I'll probably pause the video in the beginning and you can click the link because it won't make sense. So that's all, everyone.